Yes, psychologists are right. You need to forgive yourself. Social media makes a joke about it, and a lot of people, especially people who don't believe in therapy, they will say, imagine going to a therapist and they say you must forgive yourself. They are right. Forgive yourself. I believe that one of the greatest things that makes us resent ourselves a little bit, is because of the things we've done to ourselves. When somebody has done something to you, I believe that my experience and what I've seen from people, it's easier to get over that because that is something you don't have control over. You cannot. Oh, my foot is. Oh, I'm getting a cramp. You cannot control how another person behaves. The one that hurts the most is what you have done to yourself. I've made a lot of mistakes, guys, and I still am grateful for the blessing and privilege of being able to afford going to a therapist. There are a lot of things that I've done in my life, especially growing up, and I know that they say I didn't know better. I worked with what I have. I knew better, but I chose a way that I felt would make me hate myself a little bit. In that way, I have an excuse to not take accountability. It's easier for people, and that includes myself, to not take accountability and responsibility. So when you get to therapy and you start talking, I started going to therapy from many years ago, and I've had quite a few what's this, therapists. And you get there, and the first few sessions you will talk. So what are you hoping to get from me as your therapist and these sessions? And most of the time you will see that you're not gonna say, I want to talk about the car I want, for example, or how I can't get the car I want, because you know that there is something that you need to do to yourself or for yourself to be able to get that car. So like I said in another video, it goes back to the root cause. And psychologists, I think, they know that the main reasons we are there, we see them, and we have depression, or we're not okay and we have anxiety, is because of the resentment we have towards ourselves, because of the bad decisions that we've made, and especially if we took a wrong decision deliberately. My psychiatrist likes to say I like to cut my nose to spite my face. It's and I know another thing they say, I don't make a mistake once, I make it one, two, three times just to make sure. And I think also when psychologists say that you must forgive yourself, is because they know that once you start forgiving yourself and seeing the reasons, because sometimes you don't know why you do something. You know, I don't know why I drank a lot. I didn't know why I drank a lot when I was younger. I didn't know why I used to feel the way I do, and wanted to be a people pleaser. Okay, guys, Spoke. The name of my cat is Spooky. He's trying to get under here, and I hope he doesn't. Ah! If I could, I would just show you a video, but I don't have the equipment to rotate the video. So psychologists know that once you say, I have done this, I have done that, and I want to fix that, then they've got something to work with. So stop making jokes about psychologists say forgive yourselves. And I always say the people who say that, the people that talk bad about therapy, are people that really need therapy, because they want to come out to the world as if I don't need therapy, I can do things by myself. Therapy is really important, guys, and I think that's why it's very expensive, which I don't understand why it's expensive, because we need it. So, and I mean, personally, like I say, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of decisions that I'm still, dealing with the consequences of, because I chose to ignore sometimes deliberately. I know that's the right way, and sometimes the best decision was not to do anything. But because there's always been this hate, and me seeing myself as I can never love myself enough, I'm not lovable. I always felt like, why do I need forgiveness? What must I forgive myself for? Because I know that even if I do the forgive myself thing, I'm still a bad person. I'm still not worthy. And I think the world is looking at this forgive yourself for things like what trigger warning if you're in an abusive relationship, or if you had parents or grew up in an environment where they were alcoholics. And I think that's what people think, to say, okay, you need to forgive yourself because no, you can't change those things. You can't control those things. And because we do not want to take accountability and responsibility, we will make jokes about forgiving ourselves. And I always say one of the things I do to show myself that I love myself is to forgive myself. Even now, there are things I do and I'm like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. And most of the time, it's things that I do to myself. It's things that I've done to myself because I could have chosen a better way. And I think it's this thing that we think that we should react to things, to situations, to challenges, to problems, to even good things. We think we must respond to, you know. And like I said, sometimes the best thing is to not do anything. It's not to do anything, especially if you're not sure, especially if if you feel like I'm being forced to make this decision. But what I mean by forgiving myself, for me especially, is the things that have happened when I was the decisions, actually, and choices that I made when I was young. And I asked myself, should I have done that? Shouldn't I have done that? But like I said, it's because um I struggled with forgiving myself because I knew that I shouldn't be doing this. So I took that route because I didn't want to take accountability and responsibility. It was easier to take the bad route, not route. My son will say, "Mommy, no, you don't pronounce it like that." But anyway, I chose to take a certain route, and it led me to a lot of problems. So forgive yourself. Write down the things that and not that you don't like about yourself, but the reasons why you do not like that. It's the why. So because once you can answer that, then you can answer, why can't I forgive myself for that? Guys, I know I just go off script, like, I promise you. Like, like, I write a lot. I these videos, I work on them, but I just come on, and I think, like I said, it's because I have so much to share um to the world. So, guys, introspection, I think that's what they say. I think that's the word, introspection. That's what happens. So it's not easy. It's really not easy. It's going to hurt. You're going to cry a lot. Sometimes you're going to feel like you're going through a depression when you're not. And it's just the pain from yourself to yourself. Guys, it's Decky here. I am a mental health advocate, mental wellness coach, certified facilitator. So you will get to hear a lot from me about mental health, mental wellness. Like, it's gonna be a buzzword, as they say in my videos. But thank you for watching. Remember to please like, please subscribe, please share my channel with people, because I know the reason why I'm a mental health advocate and I'm doing this channel is because I want to be the person that I never had. I wish there was a person that can they help me? Like, can I see a success story of somebody who's lived with mental illness and had the challenges I've had? At least if I see that there's a person that I can relate to, maybe it would be much better. and I'm hoping that I make it much better for you in your life. um and I hope that every time you watch my channel, there is something you take out of it. Yes, I might ramble for 50 minutes, but I pray, and I hope that there is something that you'll always take away. And please let me know if there's something you would like to ask about me in my life, about my life as a mother and wife who's living with mental illness. And yes, I will do it. Guys, I'm promising you a lot, but don't worry, I've written them. And yes, we are going to do a nice video where I tell you about my diagnosis, my mental illness diagnosis. I don't know if there's such a word, but yeah, where I will tell you about that and how I was diagnosed and how the journey was before and after the diagnosis. Guys, I love you so much. I love you so much, and I appreciate you. I've always seen other YouTubers say, I really appreciate you guys watching. Now I can feel it. I really appreciate you getting to this moment. We are 11 minutes in, and I don't like making long videos because I just ramble. There's a lot I want to talk about. I love you. Please take care of yourself. Be gentle on yourself. Remember that there's only one you. Therefore, you can do things in singles. You cannot do everything at once. You cannot be everything to people. Be the things that you want to yourself before you want to be something to other people. Before you start to, be this good thing to people, see if you are doing that for yourself. And that comes with forgiving yourself for all those years you were not there for yourself. So